Check, check.
Mic check.
Sibilance.
The Human Torch could not secure a bank loan. The Human Torch could not secure a bank loan.
Oh, my necklace is dying.
We'll fix it. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, whatever you do, we wish it to you in its happiest form.
We do. Yes. Year in review.
Weird Religion 2019 year in review. It's really
gone so fast.
It really is de facto even a decade in review, we could say.
It's true. That's really true.
Weird Religion was born in August of 2018, and thus, as of this past fall season, was really only a 1 year old.
Yes, we have an 18-month-old podcast.
And an 18-month-old podcast, so it feels like it's been much longer than that.
Yeah.
It feels like it's been like several years, but I think
it actually does feel like
for those tried and true listeners, just remember it's only been like a year and change that we've even been doing this at all. Okay.
Yeah. So I want to ask you, what were your favorite podcast moments of the year?
It
could be an episode. It could just be like a conversation that we had.
I think
I've got them up on my phone. Right now.
You do, so I can actually see like which ones. Well, you just scrolled by the creator.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah.
The creator was great. I think because it was our most popular podcast that we've ever had. The creator, Elizabeth Holmes, and the Theranos debacle.
Yes.
And we did that podcast without any prep. We both listened to the material, which was another podcast about it. But we just entered into it with no plan. Sometimes
it was like a long day, and
it had been
we were
a long
just like,
day.
Let's just do it.
Yeah. And I think it ended up being entertaining in ways that people must have found it entertaining. It also was our most popular podcast in terms of the percentage listened to. So on Apple, at least, you can see what percentage of a given podcast people listened to on average. And that one was like 109%, meaning on average people listened to the whole thing and even listened to parts of it twice.
It felt really
freewheeling.
And just kind of a little wild. I like that.
So I like that one because it worked. I liked it because other people liked it. But there were some other ones, like going to the UFO Festival was fun. I think
loved that
if we had like a lot more money and time on our hands, it made me think, we could just travel to these things and do like a crazy series just at UFO Festivals.
Absolutely.
And Bob Lazar actually became kind of a big hit culturally right after we sat right behind him and in fact saw him at that festival.
Yeah, which is crazy. It's funny how life works because the day that we went to the UFO Festival, I was super tired because I had like a 5-month-old baby with me, and my podcasting co-host was very patient, but we had to like sit way away from people because he was maybe gonna cry, and then it turned out we sat next to the Bob Lazar, which many of us don't know who that is, but if you know about UFO culture,
you know Bob Lazar.
We sat next to the king.
Yeah. We sat next to the King Bob Lazar of UFO culture. That's right.
Yeah, that was great.
What about you? What stands out?
Well, one of my favorite. I'll tell you the one that other people talk to me about a lot is The War, which was about the Ken Burns Vietnam.
That was from season 2.
It was.
But also in 2019.
It was in 2019,
yes.
So I guess I'm counting it as part of the same year. So that's the one where we interviewed one of my former mentors at Vanderbilt Divinity School, Dr. James Byrd. He's a historian of American religion and war. And we talked to him about the Ken Burns Vietnam documentary. And at the time when we did it, like, I think that it destroyed both of us emotionally, just because we watched like 10 or however many hours.
Oh, the Vietnam War thing was devastating.
Of just like
total devastation.
The worst thing, like, I watched it with my spouse, and after a while, he was just like, "I gotta go to bed. I can't take it." So I was like powering through. Yeah, so when we did it, I remember thinking, like, is this too serious? Like, have we gone too heavy? Because we like to keep things kind of like light, fun, religion, pop culture. But that one in particular seems to be one that dealt with a lot of issues that, first off, it's weird how much current, cash value that has. But also, it's the one that was surprising to me that people really responded to.
I thought it was creepy that your professor, James Byrd at Vanderbilt, said openly in response to the question, does it feel like we're on the verge of a civil war? Said, yeah, actually it does.
That was surprising to me too, because he's an academic and he's so careful, and he's like I
thought he was going to say, people blow things out of proportion. We got to think historically. There have been much worse times, and that's true, it seems. But for him to say that, that was tough to hear.
Yeah, I think that one was intense. One of the sillier ones that we did that I don't know why it's just standing out in my mind right now is the one about the science fair. I don't know.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Was it called the
Science the science fair.
I think it was called The Scientist.
Yeah. And it was just this delightful.
That was delightful.
It's hopeful. A documentary about young scientists. And the
documentary is called The Science Fair.
The Science
Our
Fair.
Our episode is called The Scientist,
I think in a word, darling. Is these just
hope.
young,
Hope
wonderful young people. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the war and the science fair, those two things to me stand out as both like high and low, not low in a bad way, but like low serious and then high optimism for the future. Those are my two.
I was the most emotionally invested in the Twin Peaks episode.
I know you were.
Because I really loved the new Twin Peaks series. That I realized that you didn't share that.
Well,
but I appreciated you going there and trying.
You know what? It's like we work together here, and we're all about collaboration here.
But I did make. Oh, there I've got the glare in the thing. Right there it was. Boom. Okay. I did. Oh, there it is again. I did make Leah. I gotta look down.
Go ahead.
If I look down like this. Too? If I keep my head right here, I think even right here is okay.
There you go.
Now this doesn't look weird, but it's a very unnatural position for my neck, actually.
It does look weird because if you know us in real life, you're like so much taller than I am, so it's really funny.
We're the same height now. Same height, same blood. Coldplay reference from the previous video. Okay, but what I wanted to say was, even though Leah did not watch the series, I did make her watch the last minute or two of the final one with, and you Twin Peaks fans will know, the scream. At the end, the Laura Palmer scream, that was awesome. That was terrifying, even if you didn't even know the context.
I watched the first 2 seasons, I should say. I just wasn't able, to watch.
No, it's like an 18-hour art house, bizarro, surrealist commitment. That really was one of the highlights of my 2019 visually, was the Twin Peaks revival.
Well, we would love to hear from you. What was your favorite episode? What are the kinds of episodes that you'd like to hear more of? We're starting to kind of leave the stress of the semester behind and think about potential futures. So we'd love to hear from you. And we wish you a very merry, very happy, prosperous, all the good things 2020. Live long and prosper.